on, everybody? YouTube, boxing community, anybody that's new to the boxing world. I was formerly known as Borges 773 from the boxing YouTube community back in probably the early 2010s, maybe even back to like 2008, 2009. And so now I'm making a bit of a comeback. My YouTube channel is called Borges Production, Borges Production. You already know how to spell that. And I with my boy Guiones, aka the Burger Man,
God bless. God
and him and
bless.
I, we've been friends. We've been boxing buddies. We met on YouTube back in the day, back in like 2008, 2009, and we're back at it, and we just want to bring back the love of the sport. Boxing is not the same as it was before. However, we both love the sport, and at the end of the day, we're doing it because it's what we're passionate about. And so this is my first video with somebody else in a very long time. And so we'll talk boxing and get into the details of what we'll be talking about.
But let's clap for that,
So
though. Let's clap for that. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. Okay, continue.
yes, sir. And so, I'll just leave it to the Burger Man, aka Quiones, aka Yusef, so that he can talk about what we're going to talk about today when it comes to boxing. Go ahead, brother.
So today we're going to talk about the Crawford versus Canelo fight. This was like the most super fight in a long time. I think since the Mayweather Pacquiao, in my opinion. If you ask me, that was the closest to Mayweather Pacquiao. Crawford Canelo. Yes. There was other fights in between. We had the Wilders, we had the Tyson Furies, we had, Usyk do his thing too. I'm not discrediting none of those fights, and those fights are great fights. But this fight particular was like, there's no way that a man from 135 pounds climbs up all the way to 168. Mind you, Terence Crawford is a champion at 135, 140, 147, 154, and 168. You understand? He's been fighting for a long time and not got the recognition that he has deserved because, Bob Arum does some his bullshit here and there. Bob Arum, he's a selfish. I don't want to say what he is, but he's very selfish. You know what I mean? He could have gave Crawford a bigger platform to be a bigger star, and he couldn't get the Manny Pacquiao fight. He couldn't get the fights that he wanted, and the fights he did get, he was, it was just what was left. You know what I mean? Long story short, guys, but Canelo, he's been since the Mayweather laws, he's been on fire. He's been beating everybody. He's went from 154, 160, 168 to 175, and pretty much dominant since Mayweather left. His presence at those weights and at those beating there. What can I not say about Canelo? He's the Mexican face. He's the face of boxing. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's beating Plant, Saunders, Kovalev, um, Lara, Trout, Cotto, Mosley. He has a big, long list of recognizable names. You know what I mean? He was like the
Right.
last fighter of that era. Am I
Right.
lying
Right.
or no?
Hey, he was the face of boxing for a very long time,
But yeah, how you see it?
you
Like,
know. And so when it comes to Canelo and his presence in the sport, he pretty much kept boxing alive in a sense where he was facing a lot of notable names in boxing. And so going into the Crawford fight, I had Canelo winning that fight in the beginning before it happened, only because there was so many advantages for Canelo. And to me, I watched Crawford and his fights, but I wasn't really too familiar with him, to be honest. But I've just based on the premise that Crawford jumped up two weight classes to face a man that was pretty much in his home at the weight class that they fought. It just, to me, it was like easy money to place on Canelo. But man, Crawford
It's not
proved
a
me
bad
wrong.
pick. It's not a bad pick. Logically, it's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. You would think like, okay, how he's gonna beat Canelo at 168 and he didn't look good at 154. right?
Right.
And right, but here's the
Right.
thing. Imagine that Madrimal fight was different because he don't move. Madrimal moves, he feints. He's very awkward type of guy.
Mm.
And I think he's from the Ukraine. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Somewhere.
he had a big amateur career before that. He had like 300 something fights. These fighters from over there, they get busy over there. But he's an awkward type of fighter. He's very awkward. You know what I mean? He was young and he was also younger. You feel me?
Right.
So I say I'm not saying, and for a fan looking at it like damn, Crawford looked bad against Magnanoff. You think he could fight Canelo? Any fan would think that. Any fan. But here's the thing: Canelo has slow feet. Canelo has he's not slow, but if you fight out of range, he's gonna look slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that I was betting on Crawford being stronger, bigger, because he walks around 180.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel me? I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. Am I yapping too much? But go ahead, continue.
No. Yeah, you're good, man. So one thing I want to throw out there is, you know, not just based on the weight that I had Canelo winning, but I had Canelo winning because of his experience. He has fought so many different types of fighters. He's fought more notable guys than Crawford fought. And so, to me, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if Crawford had problems with a guy like Madrimov, which that he never fought any opposition like Canelo fought, logically, I'm thinking, well, Canelo fought better opponents. Canelo has more experience than Madrimov, and Madrimov gave Crawford problems. Of course, Canelo's going to win the fight. And not only that, but Crawford was older and he was coming up in weight. It seemed like all the advantages were on Canelo's side. And it was just so strange to see what happened in the ring where, if a casual boxing fan were to watch the fight, they would think Crawford was fighting at that weight class, his whole career or the majority of
Right.
his career. There was no issues with his speed, no issues with his footwork. Even the punches he took those punches. There were a few clean punches. And if you notice that Canelo recently in his fights, he would throw like an overhand right. Like it'll be an overhand and he landed that shot on Charlo, and he went down. And he also landed that shot on Terrence Crawford, and Terrence he ate that shit.
Yo,
He ate it.
he ate a lot of good punches, like a lot of big punches. He ate.
Yeah.
He ate
So
them.
that shocked me, man. Like not just Crawford's skills in the ring, but his overall toughness and his grit, and the ability for him to take the punches that he took. I mean, that doesn't. It's for you to jump up in weight as a boxing fan. Every pound counts. So for you to jump up in weight and dominate that way, it tells me that you are a greater fighter than you get credit for. I just wish that Crawford would have fought more guys during his career so that we can see his skills because I never really seen him fight much, to be honest. I saw him fight Earl Spence, and I seen how he
Phenomenal.
dismantled Earl Spence. Phenomenal. But before then, I seen him fight Sean Porter. And I saw a few highlights, but I don't know much about him. I don't know if it's because, like you were saying earlier, the promoter Bob Arum was like keeping him away from fighters, so he wasn't getting the fights that he
Yeah,
wanted.
it wasn't. Because they were saying that he was a bad interviewer. Like he had no personality. He wasn't a shit talker. Like when
Yep.
you think of Terrence Crawford, what do you think about? You know what I
Eh,
mean?
yeah.
And he refused. That's probably why he got the fights he got. But nonetheless, if you think about it, he beat Jeff Horn, who beat Pacquiao, who recently beat Pacquiao. So he was trying to get the Pacquiao fight, couldn't get that.
Right.
He got Jeff Horn and knocked him out. Boom. After that fight, he beat Gamboa, knocked him out. Boom. Think about what I'm saying here. He knocked those two guys out.
Yeah.
Boom. Victor Pistol knocked him out. Boom. Benavides, boom, knocked him out. Boom. Right? Give me another guy. I'm on 47. Spence knocked him out. Sean Porter knocked him out. Amir Khan knocked him out.
Check them out. Yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
Brook knocked him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think Crawford's last three or four opponents was better than the last four opponents than that Canelo fought, and I based it
Uh,
on that.
mhm.
I didn't base it on the size. I said, yeah, the size could be, you know what I mean. But I'm like, damn, this nigga. I think style wise, like how he fucked up Spence. I said, yo, he beat the shit out of Spence. He beat the
Yeah,
living daylight. That was like that was worse than Mayweather got him.
right. Yo, I remember you said that this fight was gonna be like Mayweather Gotti. I don't know if it was like that, but it was close to
It was
being that.
if he wasn't so big, Canelo, I think he would have took more chances, Crawford, and he would try to went for the knockout. But I
Yeah,
because he was so big, you don't want to. I mean, he did. He would have to do it to win. He won on points, and that was it. Like fuck it, like 8-4. However you could slice the pie. They were trying to rob them. You know they try to
yeah.
rob him, right?
I peeped it. Yeah,
They try to rob him.
the scorecards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. I mean, how do you have it? Like 8-2, 8-4. I mean, same
man.
time.
I had it like 8-4. I think Crawford won. I think Canelo won like 3 rounds, 4 rounds. That's it, if that, and that's being generous. You know,
You might,
that's what
you
I
might,
think.
you might got like three. I mean, depending what you was looking for. I wouldn't get more than four,
Right.
if anything. Like you know what I mean? Because I felt
Yeah.
like the first round it was a close round, but I gave it to Crawford by a little bit.
Yeah.
Second round was kind of close, so it was tossed up. So you do, I mean, let's say you give it to Canelo, but
You,
the next two rounds Crawford
uh,
wins. It
yeah.
was like Crawford win like two or three rounds, and Canelo win one.
Right. Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
know it. You know what, bro? You and I were talking before the live. I mean, before the recording,
Mhm.
and you were like, I remember you asked me, at what part of the fight did you know it was a wrap? And I told you like five, like round five or round six. That's true. But I remembered before the fight happened, you know how like they show the fighters like height and reach before
Mhm.
the fight?
Mhm.
Dude, when I saw Crawford's reach, dude, he had long arms compared to Canelo.
Like
And
Mayweather arms,
man,
Mayweather arms,
yeah,
Mayweather.
for his height, like he had long arms, bro. And I'm not a big dude, man. I'm short too, man, and my arms are short. But man, Crawford is like almost the same height as Canelo, 5'8", 5'9", something like that. But his arms, man, I was like, I got a little nervous when I seen that. I did. So,
I
man,
mean, he fought a beautiful. Just the jabs were working. It was just like he just had a phenomenal night, Crawford. It wasn't
yep,
like he was barely in a fight. If you think about it,
yeah,
he was a. Think about it. It was so like I don't know. I'm not trying to mop the nigga off or nothing like that. I'm just saying like the shit was beautiful to watch.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I had to rewatch the fight 2 more times because the first time I watched it, I wasn't paying attention to what Crawford was doing. I had my money on Canelo, so I'm like, "Hey, Canelo, man, show me what you got." You know. Well, I saw the fight 2 more times, and I was objective. I said, "Man, Crawford, he had a masterful performance, man. Like he used his jab, footwork was beautiful. His counters, man, it was oh my god. And Canelo's a counter puncher.
He
So
was
the fact,
ducking.
yeah,
It was just madness. It was madness, bro.
yeah, man. There was a time in the fight. I don't know. I know you saw it, but like Crawford countered Canelo, and his whole face like almost went around.
That was the
Like,
punch. That was the punch. That was the punch. He
yeah,
ducked it and he rocked. And he was like, "How did you hit me?" His reflexes like at 38. Yeah, well, I told you he was like he has that Bernard Hopkins claw. I was telling he's
yeah,
from that era. Like he's the
yeah.
only think about it. He's never lost. He's never lost. I mean,
That's
no,
true. Yeah,
and no, he doesn't have the Pacquiao names, the Moraleses, the Cottos, the Mosleys, but the fact that Canelo beat some of those guys and fought some of those guys was the closest ever meeting to meet Coloso. You know
right.
what I'm saying to you? Because he can't
Yeah,
fight Pacquiao unless
right,
Pacquiao.
right,
He wanted to fight Pacquiao. Now I'm at 168. What you gonna do? You gonna game up? You gonna come up here? No, they're not gonna fight. You
right.
know what I mean? That their time to fight was a long time ago. The
Yeah,
Spence fight was the best fight. Look, I'm telling you, Spence, He beat him undefeated. He had no losses. Sean Porter has never been stopped until he fought Crawford. A lot of fighters never been. Look, he gave Gamboa his first loss.
I thought Gamboa lost before.
No, he gave
No?
Gamboa his first loss.
No,
Go
damn.
ahead, go ahead, do your homework. Go ahead, do the homework right now.
I'm gonna check.
Right
Not that I
now.
don't trust you, I just want to check.
He gave Gamboa his first. His coming out party is when he beat Gamboa.
Oh, Sans Crawford. Yeah, you right. Yeah. Oh, shit. Damn.
You know what I mean? So he beat Gamboa, Victor Pistol, Pop Postal, Jeff Renhorn, Kell Brook, Amir Khan, uh, Sean Porter, Spence, and Canelo. You cannot. That's not. I mean, it's not the best of the best, but it's not the worst of the worst either. They were all
Eh,
champions too. Remember, they were
right,
all champions. He beat all champions.
right, right. So let me ask you this. Where do you see Crawford going from here?
It's very small. It's a difficult route right now. It's a difficult route he has to take. It's not like he stays at 168. It's a lot of everybody gonna have their hand out. I want to get paid. I want to get paid. I would fight Danny Garcia. You make him give him get paid his last payday. Or
Danny
keep.
Garcia?
This is how if I'm Terrence Crawford,
Uh-huh.
I would fight Danny, Thurman, any of those two guys, Lara. That's my
All
pool of
right.
fighters.
Okay.
Because
How about Virgil?
him too. Him too. Because of the height. They're big fighters, but they're not 6'2", or the Charlos. Or the Charlos.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying take a safer fight and just leave, because if he fights either Thurman or Garcia, either on your name, on your resume is good anyway.
Right, right.
Yeah, they're kind of washed up, but it's a safe fight. You could fight Lara. Lara's older than all of them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's like, I want Crawford to win a fight where he could pick a fight where he can win, not a fight where you fight Benavidez and you're like, okay, I'm gonna fight.
All right. So
Benavidez,
let
get
yeah. So let's all right. So I'm trying to be realistic about Crawford, his age. He's 36, 37,
38.
38. Okay. So he's got about a good 2 or 3 years left in the tank, right? So I think if he wants to establish himself as being one of the best, I think that he should fight Virgil. He should fight some of the young cats. If he fights Danny Garcia and he fights um Lara, I mean, even if he wins those fights, he's not gonna get the credit. They're gonna be like, oh well, they're old. Oh, they already lost. They're over the
But he
hill.
just beat Canelo. I mean, what else you want me to do right now? I gotta pick a fight where I'm active. Yeah, it's a win. I didn't lose, nigga.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't lose.
But
I mean,
yeah,
The Virgil Ortiz is the most like if you want to make the most money would be him.
or Boots.
Boots too, but Boots, I think I think Virgil Ortiz has a little more money in the tank because he's Mexican.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you another question, bro.
Yeah.
What you think about that one cat from Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas?
He's not bad. He's not bad. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him, but what I've seen, he's like more of a boxer than Balanga is. And
Yeah,
Balanga to
bump.
me is a bum. He's a New York bum, my nigga. That's what he is. I mean, with money.
Man, it hurts me, man, because like we're both Puerto Rican, and we want to go for our countrymen. We want to go for our fellow Puerto Rican boxers. But Berlanga was a terrible representation of that. Terrible, bro.
I mean, look, all right, he knocks people out, but I'm like I always said to myself, like, yeah, he could knock these cab drivers out, but when he wait till you step up the competition,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like we said, what he gonna do?
Yep.
He got knocked out in his last fight. I was there his last fight. I was there. He got
Oh, you
knocked out.
told me. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Uh-huh.
there. He got knocked out by Siraj. And then
Yo, what? Oh
I
man.
paid 285 for that shit, son.
Oh, did you get good seats or what?
Yeah, it was a good season again.
For sure, man. Damn.
But then you lose
You went
to
with your mom, right?
no, I'm with a friend.
Okay, okay.
Um, what's I gonna say? Yeah, he lost to Shiraz and he lost to Canelo. So you lose right there. Like, you feel me? Like, I mean, you could he was never ready anyway. You never showed me who did he be. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that he was a great fighter. I think he's a good puncher. He could punch.
That's it.
He could punch. He could like that. He can do that.
Mm,
You know, if you let him hit you, he's knocking you out. But he's as a technical boxer, I think he's trash.
right, right.
I think he's trash.
I agree.
I have nothing against him. You know, and he's from Brooklyn too, and and I feel bad too. Like he's from Brooklyn. He's a New
Yeah.
York. You
Yeah.
know him.
Hey.
Like
Ah, man.
who else? Who else? So what does Canelo go from here? We got a couple more minutes, but where does Canelo go from here?
Uh, well, well, I think Turkey told, based on what I understand, is that Canelo got two more fights. I think Canelo needs to fight Benavidez to at least, to gain some type of ground as far as his loss with Crawford. Because if he fights Benavidez and beats Benavidez, I mean, a lot of fans would probably forgive him for losing to Crawford. But
And I
I
think
think he could beat him.
you know what you're probably right.
I think he could
You
beat Benavidez.
think so?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what happened with Crawford, I mean, styles make fights. And Benavidez, to me, is a strong puncher and he throws in volume, but he doesn't have skills like Crawford. I
Yeah. So
think Canelo has more
he's
skills.
easier to hit. It's easier to
Yeah,
hit.
easier to hit. Right.
You
So I think he
know
should fight Benavidez, and then after that, shit, I don't know, somebody else, and then
that
retire.
Benavidez Canelo fight is gonna look like Cotto Margarito won. That's what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I
Why
look
do you
at
say
that
that?
fight. Because I mean that's how I look at. I'm not saying Benavidez is Margarito, but he throws a lot of punches. He has high stamina. He's gonna keep coming. You know what I mean? And he's gonna never stop coming. And he, you know, when Canelo is the more of the boxer. If he got somebody coming at him, yeah, he can fight the guy off. That's a more of a fight he'd rather fight than cat and mouse with
Right.
Crawford. But I think Canelo could win that fight if it's like that, but it's gonna be rough. It's gonna
Yeah.
be rough because this guy is big. He's in his prime. He knows that you lost already, so he's gonna try to put that you're about to lose thing in that tunnel where you're like, look, here it comes. Here's the burger.
Right.
Here's the L. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Benavidez, you think about it. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad fighter either, but his resume is not even that good either. If you think about it, yes, he's undefeated and he's better than Mangua and he's better than I think Virgil Ortiz and he's probably the second best Mexican boxer after Canelo.
Yeah.
I mean, who
Well,
else?
what really throws me off about Benavidez is that he's a tall fighter with long arms, but he knows how to fight on the inside, which is very strange because fighters that know how to fight on the inside, they're shorter, they have shorter arms, and like he doesn't use his height to his advantage. Like he's in the inside, like throwing punches, and like to me, I think, man, he's like a very rare fighter in that way. But I think that Canelo has problems with technical fighters, and Benavidez is not technical.
Right.
So I think Canelo will have a field day countering him, bro.
No, yeah, it's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like one of those fights. It's gonna look like, I think similar to Cotto Margarito one.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um, does Canelo win that fight? I mean, he can if he doesn't get beat to a pulp late. Like, you know what I mean? I can see it. I see Canelo outboxing him throughout the fight, and then eventually about eighth or ninth, he's starting to wear down. While this guy is still coming throwing punches, and you might even see him get stopped. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I want Canelo to win after this, but I mean, It's tough. It's tough, bro. But Benavidez is what 6'2", 6'3", bro. Man, come on, that's ridiculous, bro. You find that guy that's and then even for Crawford to fight him, it would be a ridiculous. I wouldn't want him to fight him. Not at
Yeah.
175.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, how
Bro,
much time do we have in this
I
thing?
mean, I don't, yeah, I don't know, but I know it's like about a couple more minutes left.
Okay, because I wanted to bring up something else, but go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, continue.
I just wanted to say, like, who do you got? Fundora versus Thurman.
I got Fundora, but I want Thurman to win. But
Yeah,
Fundora is the guy that's supposed to win.
dude, man, he's gonna hit. He's gonna stop him. I think Fundora.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
gonna stop Thurman.
yeah, I mean Thurman. Listen, I mean Thurman's problem. He's got hurt too much. He's been out inactive, and we got 5 more minutes. I said, he's been inactive. He's been inactive for part of your whole career, like part of your late. Like after the Pacquiao fight, come on, bro. Like
I mean, Thurman fought some dude that looked like Clark Kent, right?
Thurman has a decent resume. He beat Sean Porter. He beat Danny Garcia. He beat Kell Brook. I think he beat nigga. He beat part of the fighters that Crawford beat.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
was but he fought Pacquiao. And Pacquiao gave him the L. I mean, I knew Pacquiao was gonna beat him up though, because like Pacquiao is like is one of those guys that he's hard to hit, bro. He's like a little jackrabbit. He goes here, this way, that way, throwing punches.
yeah,
And he's very athletic, and
yeah.
it's
But the
hard.
thing about Pacquiao, bro, is that a lot of people underestimate him because he's short. But man, that dude makes up for his height. Like he's fast, and bro, he hits hard. The one fight with Pacquiao that I will always remember, bro, when he fought Margarito. When he fought Margarito and fucked him up. I'll remember that fight because I remember Margarito was huge. And on fight night, Margarito was like 160, 165. Pacquiao was like 145, 146. Dude, he rearranged his face.
Oh, he
Like,
just kept throwing punches. Boom, 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 boom. You want to come close? Boom,
yes.
boom, 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 boom. But
It's like, what?
I think that's the most punches he's ever landed on somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
That or Claudio.
Clyde.
Claudio did this. But you know what though? I think Claudio's a pretty good fighter than me, bro. Before Claudio's is a tough win for anybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But people don't give him the credit. They don't give him the
Yeah.
credit. They don't give Claudio the credit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn, you looking, I'm where the money at. Mummy rappers, I never been with the dummy raps. Dumb it down for what? Dummies know that my money stack. Baking soda stove, Spanish hove, I'm fucking crack. I do the humbling, never been with the fumbling. Fuck mumbling, competition, I'm crumbling. From school to prison, detention, leading to sentencing. I used to dribble, I never scribbled the sentencing. See you the era of this new era, too terror. Bite to information, I'm too clever. You ever hear a nigga this good? You never. Why? Cause y'all boys playing, I'm Hugh Hefner, two-stepper.
I was down, now it's up and it's over. Dirty shoes on the sofa. You wanna show, let me show ya. Strawberry fields, sweet life fruits of my labor. No favors, just highly favored. I stay sturdy, never waver.
Ice on the chain, jealous, the wrist brighter. Piff lighter, my shit tighter. Call me the script writer. Fade in, fade to black. That's how the screenplay. For the cheese like Green Bay, my level Jean Grey. Cause if God gets you, it's God bless you. Y'all niggas softer than scar tissue. The bars hit you, take away breath like SARS hit you. The SARS with you. When you the GOAT, they wanna spar with you. Turn the bass up, metaphors will burn your face up. From the waist up, have doctors lacing your face up. So just be happy I be letting you live. And I ain't with a bunch of niggas showing up where you live.